All right, so Exodus 18 is a really cool chapter, actually. I wasn't expecting to read this. I don't know why, but I don't remember a lot of Exodus, I guess. I guess from the last time that I read it. So Exodus 18, we're seeing that Jethro, which is Moses' father-in-law, it's a pretty straightforward chapter, I think. He's telling Moses that you can't do this by yourself, man. You need help. You need people to come alongside you. You need to establish a hierarchy, some type of order. There's too many people. You're going to wear yourself out. You're going to experience burnout. That's why our churches today are set up the way that they are, where you have, like a lead pastor in the church, and then you kind of have people under the pastor that oversee different areas of the ministry and smaller groups of people. I know at my church that I go to, Liquid Church, there's several campuses. There's, I think 7 or 8 campuses right now. And there's a pastor at each campus. And of course, there's the central team that oversees all the campuses. And that central team is comprised of several other pastors, a pastor in charge of teaching, a pastor in charge of family ministry, which is like the children, a pastor that oversees the finances, and of course the lead pastor too as well. So Moses really is getting really good, I think, sound advice here from his father-in-law Jethro, to not just try and do this all by himself. Can you imagine the thousands and thousands of people that are there that have a complaint, that have a dispute against somebody else in the camp in the wilderness, and oh, that's my palm tree, no, that's my palm tree, or whatever they're arguing about. And Moses' job, he's trying to judge everybody, and you can't do it all by yourself. I can't even imagine. I co-lead a small group of about 17 people, a discipleship group. And that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, keeping those relationships, keeping in touch with people, making sure that people are, cared for and growing and being discipled. It's a lot of work. So we within our own circle of 17 people have delegated authority. We've delegated authority. We've said, me and Stephen, we lead the group and everything, but we're going to have other people too as well in different leadership roles and capacities. It's good because it's a training ground too as well. So not only is this good for the people of Israel, this is good for the people of Israel so that they can grow, so that someone can, because Moses is not going to be there forever. Moses, he's a human. He's going to at some point die and go to be with the Lord. So he needs to raise up other leaders. And you don't just raise up, one leader or 2 leaders. You raise up several leaders. So that way they can support one another, and so that way there's a line of succession that can happen. So what we're really seeing here is the beginning of some organization within God's church. Of course, the synagogue, because we're looking at it through the lens of the Old Testament right now. So they're going to eventually form priesthoods and different levels of order and hierarchy there. But I think it's really cool to see that the Bible is not silent on this matter. It's not silent on this. The Bible is very clear that God is a God of order. He's not a God of chaos and confusion. He understands that, Moses Moses is not, I hesitate to say this, but Moses is not special. He's not. God speaks to all of us. He speaks to all of us, and he calls us all into leadership. And leadership might look different for everybody. You might just be called to be a leader of your family. You might just be called to be a leader of, a small team at work, or whatever it is, but we're all called to be leaders in some capacity. But in God's kingdom, we are also called to be leaders. And as a leader, we have responsibilities and we have duties. So part of that duty is now to create other leaders too as well. So Moses is establishing here, I'm going to create other leaders, and those leaders are going to create other leaders too as well, and so on. So don't try and do everything yourself. Don't try to feel, it's lovely that we want to bear burdens for other people, but don't bite off more than you can chew. And I think that's really kind of where Jethro is coming from here, and it's sound advice, because Moses would not have made it to 120 years old if he had tried to keep doing this himself. I'm sure he would have tired and grown weary, and that's what Jethro was telling him. So lovely chapter. Love to read it, love to see it, and that's what I have for now. So be blessed, and talk to you soon.